How strong is the Force? And who is Rey? Those are the two questions fueling the story of Episode 9 according to an excerpt out of Empire magazine. Chris Terrio finally gave his thoughts on the final installment of the Skywalker saga, and overall, even though what he had to say wasn't much, I find it interesting. Chris Terrio had this to say concerning the question, who is Rey? Who is Rey is a question that people not only wonder about quite literally, but wonder about in the spiritual sense. How can Rey become the spiritual heir to the Jedi? We keep coming back to, who is Rey? And how can we give the most satisfying answer to that, not only factually, because obviously people are interested in whether there's more to be learned of Rey's story, but more importantly, who is she as a character? How will she find the courage and the will and inner strength and power to carry on what she's inherited, close quote. Although I find the issue of Rey's heritage to be a tired and almost irrelevant aspect to the story of the previous two films, I understand the need to deepen a character's journey by uncovering some more truths about their pasts. In Empire, Luke finds out Vader is his dad. Yoda declares there is another Jedi potential other than Luke, and in Return of the Jedi, we find out that that other Jedi potential is Luke's twin sister, Leia. That was a pretty wild reveal in the final film of the original trilogy, but it works for me. So my hope is, with the Rise of Skywalker, that JJ and Chris don't lose the spirit of what made us really enjoy Rey's character. If there is some more to who her family is, awesome, but don't let it undermine her growth and character. Rey should still figuratively remain no one, and that's for the purposes of what her journey means. At least those are my feelings. The nobody becoming the heir to the Jedi is an amazing tale in my opinion. It's perfect for what this story and this trilogy is trying to convey with its themes. In regards to the Force and how strong it is, Chris says, it sounds a little simple, but actually, when you get down to it, that is a sort of Zen koan that we would really meditate on. Not literally in yoga poses or anything, but like we would discuss what is the Force and how strong is the Force. A Zen koan is a meditation on a paradox. The Force is not a power we have. The light isn't possessed. It just is. But then at the same time, some folks can harness it more than others, while others aren't victim to its effects. The other part of this is that sometimes to be powerful in the Force means to do nothing. Obi-Wan willingly let himself become one with the Force. Luke projected his likeness across the galaxy to trick his nephew. Both are pacifist actions, but you can't deny Obi-Wan Kenobi's power, or the power demonstrated by Luke Skywalker on Crate. Overall, this is my favorite piece of news coming out of the JJ and Chris thought process behind the film. It means that they are thinking way bigger than just impressing us with mere nostalgia. They want to expand the mythos of the Force in a meaningful way before the proverbial door is closed on the Skywalker saga. And I'm sure part of that also has to do with some of the upcoming trilogies and what we might expect. After seeing what Rian Johnson chose to do with Master Yoda in The Last Jedi, I think it's safe to assume that J.J. Abrams was inspired by how daring Rian was with the Force and what the Force could do. Seeing Yoda physically bop Luke on his forehead was insane, and it has so many weird implications for Force ghosts. And Yoda also chose to affect the weather, culminating in the destruction of the Unity tree. If JJ and Chris are really honoring where Rian Johnson left off, I think we are in for the weirdest, forciest Skywalker brigade the saga has ever seen. And I hope when the final moments of the film come to an end, we can look back on what Chris said here and go, that's what he meant. Pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. Well, that's it for tonight's video, guys. Thanks so much. And as always, this is the ATAT Chat signing off.